Welcome to this food processing lecture topic. It is taken from the Kurukshetra from the August 2020 magazine, which will act as that processing is acting as a potential driver for any economy. How will it act as a driver for this economy of Indian economy during this pandemic situation of corona, or in normal days and circumstances coming such like pandemic kind of situation? How will these kind of processing driver can help our economy to revive or to sustain or to develop? Let us see in this lecture. So what do you understand by food processing? What exactly is food processing? See, when you produce something from a field, a product A, and if you are adding value to that product A as A plus, then again you are adding some value to that product A as a plus plus. It means what? You are processing the food and adding the values to the food. So ultimately, let us take that the price of that commodity is rupees 10. When you added the value in that product A, it has become a price of rupees 10 plus 2, that is 12. After that, again you have added some value, it has become a price of rupees 20. So see how this transformation is happening because of that food processing. This is something called as food processing. That is something overview of food processing. So food processing means transformation of agricultural products to food. Example, paddy, or transformation of one food product to the other food product. Example, pickle. So if you like transform that wheat and all, it will be converted into flour. Then let us suppose that you converted that flour into soup kind of materials like other packed food items. So what that ultimately the price of the wheat may be rupees 30 or 25 per kg. Then the cost of that flour has become rupees 30 per kg. Then if you are selling some product by making soup of that item, then it will become rupees 10 only for 10 gram of the items. See how much value you have added into it. This thing something called as food processing, transformation of that product. Okay, so transporting the products, storage, quality control, retail sale, backward and forward linkages, these all will come under the food processing. Okay, so what do you understand by like backward and forward linkages? Like these things you can understand. Quality control, you have to maintain storage capacity should be there, like fridge should be there, refrigerator should be there. If you are transforming milk product from one place to another to making milkshake, packed milkshake item, then what is needed, like a storage kind of things, that the vehicle should be embedded with the refrigeration kind of things, freezed item can be transferred. So these are the requirements. So what do you understand about that backward and forward linkages? See, when you produce any chips, there are there is needed for various things to producing and then selling it in the market. So the things required for producing it, that is your backward linkages, and whatever the things you required for the market selling it, that will be forward linkages. So all of these things which provide resources are called backward linkages. Like you need to fertilizers and seeds and all for producing a potato, and after that production of the potato you have to sell it in the market. So what is the process after you are getting for selling in the market? That will be considered as your forward linkages, and backward linkages will be that resource providing. So what is the forward linkage? Like whatever the things you are going for last customer, that is forward. Okay, that is the part of all the food processing, that these are part. So transforming the transporting the products, storage, quality control, retail product, backward and forward linkages are the, remove this part, are part of it. What part of it? Are part of it the food processing. Okay, now we will see reasons for the growth of food processing. What are the needs for food processing in any country? Respectively, I am talking about with India, but for any country it is important. So food requirement in, if you see with the respect of India, in India food requirement is too much diverse. Okay, I have done job in the south countries, south part of our countries, where the people did not like to eat chapati, they like to eat rice product. When I asked my colleague to why you don't like chapatis and all, they said like it feels them dry, they are unable to eat it, like it feels that their throat becomes dry when they eat chapatis and all. But for the north people, chapati is very important, they don't feel like that. So it is something like, it is not related to their culture and all, it is related to their habituated to, they have habituated these kind of food into their daily requirement. They are habituated to these foods, like south Indian people are habituated to rice, north Indian people are related to chapati, and these things are because of the cultivation, the weather environment that are present in our different parts of our country. That because of that only we have so much diverse kind of situation. Okay, so these, because if you get more rainfall here, so that's why you will get rice and all, then you will get that alluvial kind of soils are there, then you will get wheat and all, these are present here. Okay, in the south Indian part you will get sugar cane also, but in the Bihar and UP, because of lack of other crops, so they intentionally grow sugar cane there, but it is not good for the soil for that region. So just see, like the main motive of telling all these things to make you understand that our, along with India diversity, our food is also diverse. So south Indian people eat rice, north Indian people will chapati, northwestern will like bajra. Nuclear families, our families are also diverse, like nuclear family, they like not every time they are ready to cook food. Like for if you go in a working family, husband and wife are working together, so when they sometimes they will feel lazy, or sometimes they will feel tired, so they are habituated to get packed food items, they love to get packed food items. So these are what, like if you are getting a food into packed one, like it means what, that food was earlier as a normal food, after processing it, after changing it, after transforming that food, you are getting that packed food items. See how, because of those diversity only we have more chance, like we have more growth in the food processing unit. So that's the food processing important, because and if these are the requirement, these are the things that pushes us for food processing, these are the things that pushes us for food processing. Now we will see that how that food processing is important, in what way. This is the requirement, okay, requirement is there, demand is there. Now how this demand will help us for growth of the country. See, food processing, whatever you will get resources, whatever maximum land what you will get is from village only, rural. So because of that food processing in requirement by the other by the industries, that is what, that they are adding economy to the rural economy sector. Industrial development happens in rural, jobs created in rural areas, diversity in crop selection also. Like this time you do potato, that rich potato by Lay's company, they will say that I will give you that seeds, just you need to produce it. Then after that you will go for multiple crops happening. That multiple cropping pattern is helpful in maintaining the soil fertility of the chemical. Like suppose if you cropped you have planted one type of crop A, continuously cropping one type of a plant throughout the years, or continuous for 2 years. Let us suppose this plant A need lots of urea. What will happen? Ultimately urea will replenish from your soil. So that's why it is said that just don't dependent upon only one kind of food crops, just be diverse in cropping also, choose multiple types of crops. Okay, so that's why we are saying food diversity in crop selection also are promoted. and food security is present due to food processing. Because of that food processing, we are getting packed food items. So in emergency kind of situation, we will have that packed food items as a food security kind of things. Like let us suppose when the COVID situation happened, lockdown, there was not any shortage of food in village area, but the shortage of food seen in the early days of lockdown in the urban areas, and at that time only packed food items were helpful for them. So that was acting as a security, food security. Now 40% of our horticulture products, that is fruits and vegetables, are wasted because of before sale only. So see, this is one data that I have represented here, that before sale only 40% of the horticulture products are wasted before sale. After sale we don't have the data. So just imagine, after wasting 40%, we have 60% of the food remains, and within that 60% how much is wasted we don't know. So see, for this also food processing is very important. For flowery culture also, like for cultivation of flower also, it is very important. We used to sell flower in the international market also. So these things are very important, that food processing unit. So growth of food processing is very important for any country. So what are the steps taken by the government? So food processing annual growth rate of a country is 8.19%, and agriculture is 3.45%. So it means like we are increasing, our growth rate is increasing with respect to agriculture. Like the spending of the increase in agriculture 3.45%, and processing is 8.19%. And employment created directly with this food processing, that we are talking about directly with the adding, like coming as employment and all, that is 18.5 lakh. But indirectly it is supporting 51 lakh people. Like someone, like if you are keeping food items from one place to A, so for that also they need hiring some more people, 2 or 3 people. So these people who are keeping one place from another, acting as a labor, will be considered as indirect one. Okay, so that is what we are saying, that employment created directly by this food processing is 18.5 lakh, and but indirectly it is 51 lakh people. So just imagine how big this industry is. Okay, like if in TCS only we have employ around 4 lakh, around 4.5 lakh. Infosys it is around 2.5 or 3 lakhs. So just imagine it is 51 lakh. How much big requirement with this unit? Food processing contributes 35.3 billion, and in exports almost 10.7% of our total export. Like what are the export we are sending? For that 10.7% is food processing, and $35.3 billion in amount of export we are doing. 100%, like the one major steps taken during in this field is 100% FDI is permitted in food processing. That foreign direct investment, like 100%, like anyone come just invest it, no issues by the government. Normally all the sectors are not open for foreign investment. Here 100% FDI, foreign direct investment is allowed. FDI inflow has been on 3.28 billion in the food processing sector, and government also organized global event called World Food India, and it was organized in 2017, and 75,000 visitors have visited in 61 countries. See how successful we are in this one. The government steps taken by in this food processing had shown significant effect as per the steps of the government, significant results by the results of the government steps. It created a business of $14 billion, and it is not classified under priority sector lending. See, What do you understand priority sector? Like priority sector means bank, it is it is classified under priority sector lending. So what do you understand priority sector lending? Priority sector lending means banks have to give 40% of the total loans that they make should be given to PSL, like agriculture and food processing. So like recently in COVID situation, medicines are also counted under PSL, priority sector lending. That for that whatever the loans is given, 40% of the total loan given by a bank, like 100% if loan is given in there, so for that 100%, 40% should be given in the priority sector that has been defined under by the government. Okay, now we'll see one PM Kisan Sampada Yojana that is just going to end in 2020. It was started in 2016. Okay, so for this year it is very important. So the full form of Sampada is Scheme of Agro Marine Processing and Development of Agro Processing Clusters. So under this scheme, the government allocate rupees 6,000 crores for food processing sector, and it want to handle 334 lakh metric tons of agriculture produce, and it will create the goods of worth 1,04,000 crores. See what it means, like government will invest. Just imagine one example, like government, like if a Kisan has given seed by a Lay's company, and the cost of that seed will just take rupees 5,000 for a small area. Okay, for a small area. Then that farmers had grown potatoes, and that potatoes he will sell in the market of rupees 20,000. Now imagine after processing it, it will make Lay's of rupees 1 lakh. Okay, 1 lakh. See how much company has invested, 5,000 for seeds and 20,000 given to farmers. So let us suppose farmers bought that seed at rupees 5,000. So actual investment by the company is rupees 15,000. And what the result they are getting, rupees 1 lakh by that investment. So same thing government is implementing. That government is saying that we will invest rupees 6,000 crores in food processing sector, and the goods that they will generate, that will be 1,04,000 crores. See, 6,000 crores will be investment, and 1,04,000 current will be their maturity amount that they are getting, like after the selling all the good words. Okay, see how much important, how much profitable this sector is. So under this scheme, government gives financial support to establish infrastructure for food processing. So mega food park was established. So mega food park means we have collected center where collect the food items like agriculture crops, and then transfer for the primary processing, then central processing, then a store at cold chain, then food processing unit which packs them, grade them, and ultimately sell them in the market. So these were the steps in that mega food park. Like you have to just go there, give your food items, then they will transfer all this as per the mechanism, like primary processing will require, then central processing, then packing of food items and all. Okay, so these things were come under PM Kisan Sampada Yojana, and it will end by this year. Let us see government will extend this Yojana or not. So what is the conclusion of food processing? So food processing has the potential to act as an engine of growth for the rural economy and to bring prosperity in rural areas. Why rural areas? Because all over the development, all the agriculture things happen in rural areas only. Okay, the lands are present in rural areas, and India needs to develop its strategy in a way which take care of small scale players, along with attracting big investments from the domestic and global food chains. That because food processing is allowed 100% FDI investment, 100%, no restriction and all. This is the only industry that got 100% FDI. Normally, like this is not only, other sectors may be available. Normally all the sectors are not given, but food processing sectors are given 100% FDI inputs. food processing sector is on the pathway of building a new India where the rural economy is as bright as its urban counterpart. Okay, so I hope you understand the lecture. Please give me the payment by subscribing this channel. This is the only way you can help me, and this is the new channel. I need your help, I need your support. Please give me your full support and share this video with your friends if you find it useful, or if you have any suggestions, or if you want any on-demand video lecture. Please ping me on my Twitter handle given in the description. Thank you.